coming to you again on the highway and the byway, bringing on the gospel of truth. Get edified, or hopefully that of Yahshua, Israel, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. The seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to warn the 2/3 of our people of the impending judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to bring to Great Babylon, America, to take the so-called white man out of his place, Esau the Edomite. And it's always a pleasure to let Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, know that the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is tired of your shit, and he's going to fuck your ass up real soon. Before we get started, sir, I need to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, or Kakadash. Double honors and teaches others and apostles, great no soul, likewise, what is good on the truth. Faithful, fearless, and brothers and sisters that are tuning in, Shalom. Always have to have, spectators, okay? But I think today is what do you call it, Mother's Day or something like that, based on all the roses that I'm seeing being sold out on the side of the wall. Okay, so, yeah, this is where people's mindset is right now. Okay, here's the world getting ready to go into World War III. Mass starvation coming over here, civil unrest, race wars, class wars, all kinds of wars to come and take place here in Great Babylon, America. And people are worried about buying doggone roses, all right, to give to some damn woman, all right. And it ain't like you can't honor your mother, but at the end of the day, Esau takes everything and turns it into a doggone an opportunity to make money, all right, and to keep you in that constant state of wickedness and sleepiness. Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 8, starting verse 11. It reads, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set and never do evil." So if you're not going to get your ass whooped immediately, okay, and we're speaking about the Esau, the so-called white man, as you see in the opening 30 seconds of this camp, you have I showed you some of the pictures and examples of how Esau hung us from trees and did a lot of evil works to us, intimidate the children of Israel. And then you see that the poster there with the wicked rulers of this earth, the ones that the earth is given to the rule. These are the ones with the money, the short callers, and they've had a long time, when you compare it to how long we live, okay, to do a whole lot of wickedness. And for them, they're having a great time, because when you're the one that's inflicting the judgment or the punishment on people, and you're not getting it done on you don't have any empathy or compassion to understand what it's like to be under constant oppression, what it's like to be constantly on the thumb of somebody that's wicked, somebody that's a bully, okay, somebody that doesn't care about life, somebody that's anti-life. They don't understand that. They don't feel that pressure, because they're at the top right now, squashing everything at the bottom. And who's at the bottom? Okay, the true biblical Hebrew Israelite, okay, that the Bible speaks of, which is the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, the scattered birds, or the speckled birds across the earth, whose seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So they continue to do it. But that's going to come to an end soon. It reads, "Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear power, which fear before him." But who fears power? Only the righteous. Only the righteous that's waking to this truth, no matter what you're dealing with. And a lot of things that we deal with is actually more of a mental state. More of a mental state. Sometimes you're dealing with the fact that you have to cut off people out of your life. Okay, you being in this ministry is not acceptable or popular to the people out there. Okay, people wonder why the hell you changed from what you used to be. Okay, which was basically an aggressive asshole, blinded by the gods of this earth, which is the so-called white man who's in rulership. Okay, who likes the idea of self-exaltation, okay, but at the same time too, that's only as long as you bow down to him, all right? Then you can beat your doggone chest up on the basketball court, or in the rap video, or in corporate America, or whatever socioeconomic status you have in life. You can beat your chest as long as you actually show patronage and worship to the so-called white man. Okay, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. It says, But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, but because he feareth not before power. So we have a lot of pompous Hebrew Israelites, okay, that know that they're Hebrew Israelites, that are on this self-created pedestal, exalting themselves because they think that their followers are so stupid that they don't see that they might not ever see through their bullshit. But we already know, at the end of the day, then the scriptures are true. At the end of the day, every Hebrew Israelite is going to walk through that fire, and the only ones that's going to come through it is going to be the 1/3 that the Lord is going to have the protective coating around them. But everybody else is going to face that moment of let's see you stand up the way you talk, okay? And you ain't gonna have the backing of doggone thousands of ass kissers or thousands of idol worshippers. It's going to be your individual judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is going to give your ass. Okay? So Jacob's trouble is going to be basically exposing the weakness and the bullshit, okay, of these Hebrew Israelites out there that have themselves pumped up in the society, whether it's self pumped up or whether Esau's pumping their ass up. All right? Let's go into Proverbs 21:12. Because as watchmen, you constantly have to watch the enemy. You constantly have to watch the enemy. Now, we know that there are enemies amongst the congregation. Okay? They might have been planted there, or they might have a different kind of agenda other than doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is what? Keep it simple, man. Keep it doggone simple. You can't be that insecure that you need to have, so much doggone man worship. Just keep it simple. Be a watchman. And here's what the watchman does. Proverbs 21 and verse 12, it reads, the righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked, but power overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness. Again, you're looking at Trump right now, supposedly him and that Chinese or the Moabite leader, they're going to have a talk on this tariff. And supposedly Trump is going to take it from 145 to 80. And you watch, the market will pump again. All right? Because that's, again, the way this man does it is that he would, and he did it to us, and now they're doing it to the world. Because think about how Esau used to do it to us. He would beat the living shit out of us, punish us so harshly to the point of when he eased off, Jake them are thinking that maybe there's finally some type of love. So this man turned around and they have destroyed economies, lives of tens of millions through this so-called tariff war, which is completely unnecessary. But we already know everything that these men do is the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai doing it, because the way things are going to, basically the way prophecy is going to unfold is going to be to the works in the hands of man. To the works in the hands of man. Babylon will fall because man will make decisions that's going to cause economic failure. The people will rise up. The people will start killing each other. So situations are going to be created in which all those prophecies will come to pass because people are going to react. People are going to react to the situation, bringing forth all of these prophecies. So you see, we're watching their moves. So they're playing a yo-yo with the minds of the people, because the people don't ever want to be in that situation where they're not living that life of jollity, that life of mirth, that life of having plenty. So, granted, we have told the world, particularly the Great Babylon in America, that the evil Lord is Donald J. Trump. Is Donald J. Trump. that the Lord has given. He's a pompous guy that doesn't care. He says everything comes out of his mouth. He doesn't care who it impacts. Okay? And it feeds onto the spirit of the wicked that likes to oppress, which you have a society of predators and prey. And a lot of people constantly measuring you up when they meet you or they see you, because they want to see if you're a predator or you're a prey. And that's what people, when they meet you, they're looking at you, they're really looking at you to see if you're a doggone prey. See how soft you are. See if they can overcome you, if they can walk all over you. And that's really the spirit most people are. Okay? They come to you in that spirit, male and female, even kids, even a dog, even an animal, size your ass up daily. This is the society we live in here. Okay? A corrupt, dishonest, lack of integrity, okay, society of doggone bullies. So we watch the wicked, because at the end of the day, there's no point in you bowing down to a doggone wicked motherfucker that doesn't give two shits about you. Why would you do that? He's not going to feed you or clothe you. So why in the hell would you friggin' bow down to a wicked motherfucker that doesn't give two shits about you? We already know what they're going to do. We already know that they're establishing the market beast. You don't know suckers driving these cars and you're going to bow the fuck down to this shit here. You're going to bow down to the RFID microchip when your belly's growling. When your weak, wicked-ass, fat-ass bitch, okay, who has never put down a fork or a spoon in her damn life, you know, is telling you, hey, we need to go get that. Because, of course, a woman rules over a doggone man in this society. So you're going to bow down to the voice of your doggone useless, fat, obese bitch, okay, who wants to continue her doggone life. And you will get this doggone RFID microchip in your hand. You will get it. You will get it. So we're observing that and how they're setting up the society, that's setting up the situation in which you doggone sheep or you useless doggone eaters in these doggone metal coffin driving on the highway and the byway with your windows screwed up because you can't get a little bit of pollen in your eyes, or you can't get a little bit of dust in your damn face. You know, so soft. So freaking soft. How the hell do you think you're going to deal with adversity, people? You men. How the hell do you think you're going to deal with adversity? But we watching. The Lord is fighting y'all up, because why? He's fighting y'all up for that doggone judgment of doggone famine that's going to take place. And that's going to be a beautiful sight. But we're watching all the moves of the wicked. Let's go into Psalms 10, the book of Psalms 10, and start with verse 6. The book of Psalms 10, starting with verse 6. The book of Psalms 10, and starting with verse 6. And it reads, actually, let's go up a little further. It goes, actually, let's start with Psalms 10, verse 1. It says, why standest thou far off, O Lord, Yahweh Shai? Why hidest thou thyself in the times of trouble? And this is why you see your people losing faith. Because they're catching hell. Some have caught hell before, some have never caught hell before. They're seeing what looks to be the victory of the wicked, who's able to oppress you with impunity, murder you with impunity, do whatever the hell he pleases, and yet still it's prospering. And so many are looking at it and going, well, what the hell? You know, why aren't we rescued out of this? And so people, in their lack of faith and in their weakness, because they're weak, are going to take their anger and hatred on to what is tangible to them. Who's tangible to them? The prophets. See, these people know and understand this. Coming at us, nobody cares if you put down a so-called black man. Nobody cares if you put down a so-called Latino man. And especially those of us who are out here saying that this doggone wicked kingdom is going to fall. That your idol, your God, Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, is going to fall. He's going to fall. He's going to fall into obscurity. He's going to be a slave, and we are going to rule over him. How dare you say that? They hate it. But it's not our words, it's the words of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. See, what our people want is they don't want to ever be touched. They don't ever want to sweat. They don't ever want to earn their way into the kingdom or into the chariot. See, they want to continue on here until the last doggone minute. And according to John 3:16, Jesus loved everybody. So guess what? It doesn't matter that you didn't put your hands to the plow to do the work. That you were a chicken shit, fearful, doggone, lazy nigga that prefer to watch the doggone football game or grab-ass ball, NBA playoffs, or whatever the hell is going on right now, rather than stepping out, okay, and proclaiming this gospel, okay, and letting people know about Yahweh Shemel Shai. Why would you do that? Because you want it for free, and that's the mindset of our people. It says, the wicked and his pride don't persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they imagine. So we imagine that everything that Esau come to bring up against the elect is going to backfire on his ass. We already know, okay, first of all, through Jacob's trouble, he's going to get those doggone 2/3. Okay, Lord willing, we're not part of that. Okay, and we're protected. We expect to go through some hell. Some of us are expected to be martyred. Okay, and it ain't like we haven't been put to death before. We've been put to death before. I can't remember when the last time I got put to death. And you're not gonna remember this time when you get put to death. So don't even think about it. If it's your Lord, then you're gonna get it, and you're not even gonna know when you die. All right? Don't worry about it. But we understand that Esau is gonna come in like a flood. Okay, and the standard will be raised. We don't know what that standard is. Maybe the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai give certain brothers, I pray, powers and ability to whoop this doggone cracker's ass on this side. Because that's what I hope for. That's what I hope for. I think about it all the time, daily, constantly. Okay? But the wicked boast of his house in Zion, and blessed the carpenters whom the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai abhor it. Meaning the Lord hate the fags, he hate the doggone Sodom, he hate the wicked jakes them. But this is who he saw pump up in amongst our people. You know, the wicked of our people are pumped the hell up. They have the same pride, the same boasting spirit that we saw. Okay, starting with the woman. Esau like that. Because that keeps that division going. On one hand, we know that we're oppressed, but at the same time, we're seeing some of our people living that life, man. Mansions, private jets, so-called, what they call it, generational wealth, which is like laughable, all that. But you know what a wonderful thing is happening right now? Because men are diligent, going out there on the highway and the byway and not focusing on being Mr. Popularity, okay, or being loved and accepted by whoever and whatever. People are waking up to it. It's time to scratch their head. It's time to say, wait a minute. No matter how Esau tried to put out his bullshit out there, there's a certain amount that is going to wake up to the truth, accept it, and are going to be saved. There's a certain amount. There's a number. There's a number. And that number will be reached. That goal will be reached by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Men like us were selected to go out there and do this work no matter what the hell we're facing. Whether you're here by yourself, 2, 3, 4, or 50. The Lord build you up in such a way that you're able to go out there and stand and face these people right in their face. Look right at them. No fear whatsoever. And let them know this is going to end real soon. See, that's the thing about people right there. It's like we drive around, we go to work, we go do things, but it's constantly in the back of your mind. One day this is going to end. One day that judgment is going to come unfold in such a way, and it's going to be suddenly. One day the food is not going to be there. One day we're going to woke. One day you're going to maybe get up, or in the afternoon, and heard that a nuclear bomb went off in New York and killed 20,000 people, or 30 jets just fall out of the sky, or there's a nuclear pulse that go off and EMP, you know, to fry up all of the things, or suddenly, really there is no food, which they have been talking about the fact that there's going to be a critical shortages come like around the end of June. We could very well see the latter half or the mid part of 2025 just being a horror show, man. Horror show. Even if they don't do lockdown, it's just change. And there's a lot of people that just simply are not mentally prepared to deal with the problems that's going to come through. And this is what this man desires. He desires for you. You know, it's kind of like that bully cat that's just playing with a mouse that he can kill. But why kill it when you can just keep pouring it and playing with it? And keep it stressed out. Keep it running. Keep it in fear. And this is the ammo and the motto of the wicked. It's to keep you in constant fear of him and what he can do. Our job is to have you come and fear the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, and what he can do to the bully. We telling you what the Lord can do. We telling you that the Lord is the one that's actually is a short caller, it's a true short caller. You should fear him. It says, the wicked through his pride of his countenance will not seek out power. Power is not in all his thoughts. Why would he be in his thoughts when they've got the technology and all this other stuff and all the other stuff? Even though he saw them see the chariots, I am quite sure they see the chariots out there. They know what's up. They know what's up. But they're not going to reveal that. And the reason why they're not going to reveal that because they know once the whole world realizes that there is a power greater than Esau, there's a power that's coming. Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach, who the world is going to call Jesus Christ, is coming. He's sent by the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai, coming with such power that the whole earth is mourning. People are frightened. People are dropping dead of what they're seeing. They can't even believe what they're seeing coming towards the earth. It's real. There's going to be an actual invasion on this earth. Yes, there's going to be an actual invasion on this earth. If that was to be revealed that there is an armada of tens of thousands of battleships with a fighter ship so big it can cover the earth, that is out there somewhere in the Milky Way or the edge of our solar system on standby waiting for the order to invade this earth and destroy these kingdoms. They know there'll be pandemonium on this earth and none of their plans would manifest. This is the reason why they confuse you with the doggone movies, become a little green man and make the aliens look, make the who are in fact the angels of the Lord, okay, look like doggone little green man or some other bullshit or some other crap or whatever the case is like that. Gonna keep you in confusion because why? This is the land of confusion. This is the city, I'm sorry, Slovakia, but it is a land of confusion. It's a city of confusion. And they have the means to do that, to deceive you, which is what? Their Hollywood special effect. They can do that. All right? They can do that. But we know behind all of it, it's really the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai that so-called white man has for him. Esau has a great fear for Yahweh Shema Shai. He has a great fear for the Mashiach when he returns. You've never seen anything like it. Okay? His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above or beside us for his enemies. He puffeth at them. Why he can puff at them? You can beat your chest when you actually have, when you have the gun in your hand and the other person has what? A piece of stick? You have the machine gun in your hand and this other person has a stick. Who's going to win that? So Esau already know that he can puff at his enemies. That's why you see Trump is going around and talking about, you know, and all that stuff. And you're seeing it more and more and more. Obviously, sometimes, you know, if you didn't know any better in the scriptures, you would think that this is like, are they joking, or is this really making just mockery? Because you can't believe that a leader could be that childish and that playful, man, like the way Trump is. Very childish, very playful. But then we've always said that, you know, children rule over us. So the children rule over you. It shouldn't surprise you as to why the Edomites or the leaders or the wicked are ruling us have such a childish persona. They have such a childish persona because they're children. Okay, they're a base. He had said in the side, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. No, now been conquered. The petrodollar is the global currency. And even when the petrodollar is not the global currency anymore, and they crashed that currency, that method of payment, which you can see right now, I think they said, well, by 2027, they're going to go completely into digital. Okay, digital payments. Digital payments. And then after that, we know exactly what's going to happen when they come up with a solution. They create the problems, okay, and then they come up with a solution, which is going to be the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip that's going to be embedded, okay. And a lot of people, they say, okay, yeah, sure, so what? It's going to be, you know, another form of identity or whatever. Okay, so it's bigger than that because we've been given warning. If you take that, if you bow down to the system, if you bow down to what they said is a mark, okay, which is, we own you. You have no faith. And the Lord is going to set it up in such a way that it challenges the whole earth. This is not going to be just a judgment for Babylon America. There is a particular judgment for Great Babylon America, which is going to be that destruction. Okay, but this MOTB, okay, the mark of the beast pursuant to Revelation 13, okay. In fact, when we go to that, let's go to Revelation 13. Book of Revelation 13. Let's start with verse. Book of Revelation 13, starting with verse 16. And it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. It's already existing. It's already existing. Elon Musk already showed that he has the what does he call it? Neuralink. So that's coming up more like because your movements and everything, your brain is your central processing unit, or basically what gives the command for everything to really work. Now, you know, your heart is, you need your heart to pump the blood, which pumps blood to the brain, which is like a form of electricity. Okay, your heart is like a generator, really, to provide the electricity, and the blood is really the electricity to make you function. Okay, and the muscle fibers in your body is basically like it's like wires. So when you look at a building or you look at a house, whatever case like that, you know that there's electrical impulses which give you electricity. Okay, when you plug things in, guess what? That requires power, it works. So your body requires power to work. Your blood is electricity. Your heart pumps that electricity, so your heart is like that generator or that power plant, really. And your brain is really that central processing system that really gives out the command for all of the functions. So without it, if your brain dead, literally you don't own shit. And this man is saying, you know what? We can revive your brain, or we can artificially induce those pulses to make you function, to make you see again, to make you walk, talk, whatever. And then, if you get it in your right hand, you can do everything you need to do in life. Pay for stuff, buy and sell. So the mark in your hand isn't necessarily going to be the chip in your hand isn't necessarily going to be there to open up doors or start your car like that. You know, everything you do is just going to be a wave of a hand. No, that's why the scripture said specifically to buy or sell. If you want to rent, basically you have to buy. You have to do. There has to be a process of what? Transaction. You have to put a deposit down, they run your credit, boop, and you pay. A deposit, you pay for your rent. Basically, you're buying. The renter, okay, or the renter, okay, or the landlord is selling you the unit to rent. So guess what? They have to have a chip and have that ability to do what? To sell. It's similar to having a license. You have a business license to do certain things. You have to have a medical license to practice medicine. Fuck. Okay. And you have this fucking, and this is what happens a lot. Okay? You have that sudden gust that comes out there, and there's a lot of pollen. Okay? There's a lot of pollen that's falling. So just like that, I just had that sudden gust, which just came just now. Okay? Slap here. Probably gonna be sneezing and coughing, but just like that. I saw that dust devil over there, and it just came over here, and that's what you just saw just now. And these are things that you gotta put up with when you come out here. You know, when you come out here. But again, I can easily go under a comfortable building and hide and do this. No eyes seeing me. That's easy to do. There's a lot of spots out there for that. All right. These are certain things you got to come and deal with. You know, the camera falling down. People might smirk. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. I've been in a whole lot of tough situations. That says. That no man may buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So there it is right there. Buy or sell. It's all about transaction. Doesn't matter what a lot of these camps come out and say, it's about transaction. It's all about the money. Okay? It's all about the money. And that's the system that we're going to be going into. Alright? Let's go into the book of let's go into the book of Isaiah 3. Book of Isaiah 3, and starting with verse 8. Book of Isaiah 3, and starting with verse 8. It'll be right there in front of you, and you can't even look, you can't even see it. Okay? You can't even see it. Where the hell is it? Right here. Isaiah 3, starting with verse 8. The book of Isaiah 3, starting with verse 8, and reads. This I go up again. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh Shai, and to provoke the eyes of his glory. When you worship Esau like his ways, for example, celebrating Mother's Day today, if it is Mother's Day, that's provoking the Lord. Here you are, about to not have no food. You got Jake Sam going on there buying flowers. The wicked ass mother, but can't pay the rent and can't pay the electric bill. You don't have a job, but you can go buy some doggone roses, because that's traditional. Or the traditional that you've been doing, or what you're told and coerced to do. I mean, I'm seeing bushes, stems of roses going for like $80, wrapped around with a little teddy bear and some other bullshit. Like, what a crock of shit. So you're going to go do that. Whereas you could have used that money to go probably buy a little bit of food or something like that. Okay? But to keep up with everybody else doing it, you're going to go there and you're going to go do it. That pisses off the Lord. It provokes him. You're not hearing about the tough time that things are not going to roll back up. Jake, even if you have the skill set to do the work, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They still, when you sit down in that chair to interview, they're still looking at you like a doggone monkey. Sitting in that chair. And I think right now, as many of the brothers always bring out, they're getting ready to use AI to prove that you're nothing but a doggone animal, an ape. Something that distresses society or causes society not to function the way it should function. That you're a low level. The society will be at a higher level if it wasn't for these people. And that's the reason why you see they already started something called DEI. Going against that, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Which, let's be realistic, who actually benefited from that? These Edomites. Because Edomites don't have skills. If they had skills, you wouldn't have so many doggone Elamites or these Indians, okay, or Moabites or Ammonites, these Asians coming over here to write the programs and working these firms. Almost all the CEOs of your major corporation over here, okay, are foreign. They're foreign. It says, the sure of their countenance are witness against and declare the sin of Sodom. They had it not, woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say ye to the righteous that it will be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings, which is what? Doing the right things that the Lord Yahweh has said for us to do. Woe unto the wicked shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. So if all your works have always just been about folly, jolly, murder, whatever sequence you want to put it in, but at the end of the day, it has not been anything towards glorifying Yahweh Shema Shai. Well, then what you think your reward is going to be? How could you hope to be saved if you haven't done a damn thing to be saved? How the hell it's like the fat people who they want to lose weight and have a six-pack ab, and they want to lose weight and have a six-pack ab, but they can't put down the Cheetos. They can't put down the soda. They don't exercise. They don't step outside to go exercise. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, it's too cold. Oh, it's too warm. Okay. I'm too tired. Oh, I can't miss my favorite show to go out there. Oh, I'm too busy. And they'll come with every excuse not to go and exercise, to go lose their weight. All they sit down and do is think about, I would like to have the abs. I would like to be in shape. I would like to do that. But never step foot to go do a damn thing about it. Okay? I think there was a song by TLC called I Don't Want No Scrubs. Okay? And they talk about the fact that a guy would just sit on his broadcast and don't do anything about it, just think about all the shit he wants, but sit on his broadcast and don't do a damn thing about it, don't make a move. He'll ride in the front seat of his car, of his friend's car. He don't own the car, he don't drive the car, but he think the girl's gonna want him. No, the girls want the guy with the car who actually is driving the car. This is his car. He did what it took, okay, to get the car. Your ass did not do it. The Lord is not looking for lazy men. Lazy crybaby men. So a lot of you men are here. Obviously, I mean, the Lord ain't working with you, but if you're too busy to hear the word, too busy to participate in it, too busy to do the word, oh well. So the Lord allow you to go play. You have family, you have friends, you're popular, you feel good, you feel like you got people backing you up, and you have, in the meantime, you have many of us. We don't have any family, we don't have any friends. We don't have no friends, no family, nothing. You're cast in a situation where you deal with that. And that's fine. You have Jason have been in that situation their entire life, so it's nothing new. They were prepared for that situation. They were prepared. Because roughly paraphrasing here what it says, a man shall desire to go into the city, but shall not be able to because of the pride of the city. Man going to be afraid. You can have people who are going to be desiring to see when tribulation starts, they're going to be just desiring to hear a friendly voice or hear somebody say, hey, it's going to be okay. But it's not going to be okay. It's not going to be okay for you. There's people that can't do without having a whole crowd behind them or constantly not on the texting or constantly on the phone talking to somebody, constantly have to get reassurance or insecure about every doggone thing in an aspect of their life. Because you know why? Their lives are empty. When you have an empty life and you live here in this doggone place and all your focus is trying to get rich or trying to get this very expensive, nice paying job and get acceptance by the society, you have a very lonely life. It's very lonely. You have nothing else going for you. I can attest to that. You have nothing else going for you because when that fails, what else do you have going for you? Nothing. Many people, they can't come to the realization or come to the fact that people don't give a fuck about you, man. They really, really don't. They can say it. And they can say it with utmost sincerity. Oh, I really love you. I really care about you. But the reality is that people are full of shit. 100% full of shit until proven otherwise. People are full of shit. People are full of shit. And you can have that time comes where people are when people are betraying each other because iniquity is abounding. Because why? When you have a critical shortage of resources and stuff, and now people are gonna go me, myself, and I. Okay? Or with likewise groups. Predators are gonna be what? With predators. And scary people who have no clue are gonna be huddled up together. Okay? Because predators and prey don't really associate. You're not gonna have a predator having a doggone prey with them. Okay? You're not gonna have a predator. You're not gonna have a lion protecting a bunny rabbit. Nah, that lion can eat that damn bunny rabbit, man. You're not gonna have a wolf protecting, a deer. No, that wolf is gonna eat that damn deer, man. All right. So that's how the society is going to be. Deers are gonna be in herds, and it's just a matter of which one is gonna get picked out that day. And what does the wolves usually do? Or the lions? They're looking for the weakest one. Is he wounded? Is he not paying attention? Okay? They start off with the weakest one. They ain't going after the strong, the ones that look like they're paying attention and strong. They're not. They're going after the one that's not. Oh, it's a baby. Okay, oh, that one looks like it's tired. Then they send a signal out. They chase him. Test out to see how fast this one can move, and they go and corner him and they catch him. They use their hunting skill. This likewise Esau, man. Esau is watching you jakes. He's watching you jakes. He can tell you jakes are sleeping. You jakes don't realize he's the wolf. He's the wolf in the chicken coop. Okay? America is like a Serengeti or a doggone a hunting ground. And Esau is the predator. He is the predator. They're watching you. They're looking for that weak spot. They're looking for that weakness. They're looking for you to not be in your game. All right? I actually like this. Let's continue in Isaiah 3 and 1, because again, when we take a look at this, is how we can see how this is going to be. You know, when you go in 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, particularly really go in depth, and also when you go into 2nd Ezra 6, okay, which goes into the lack of resources, basically mainly food. Food is going to be that driving factor to the violence that's going to take place here, because you get more than enough clothes, and people don't like to wear clothes anyways. They don't give a shit, especially women. Okay? So it's not going to be resources of clothes or television or stuff like that. Food is going to be that game changer. That game changer, man. It's going to be a game changer. The knock off bread. Hold on a second. Food is going to be that game changer. Okay? So, it's nice now. Most people driving right now. I see a lot of people driving with cafe latte. Or some type of drink. I see a lot of people have a cup in their hand. You can tell that they're talking on their Bluetooth. And they feel good about themselves. Driving in a nice, comfortable car. Bluetooth. Probably got a snack, one hand on the steering wheel, and the other hand is on the snack, and that is a beautiful thing. I mean, that is the life here in Great Babylon, America. Nice, clean car. Coming out here, I passed about 3 car wash places, because out here has a lot of car wash places. It's very dusty. It's a desert city, and everybody's washing their car, making sure it's nice and clean, you know, and of course, so after you do that, what do? You go and get yourself a colada, you know, maybe a snack or whatever case like that, and you see almost everybody driving with one hand on the steering wheel while they're eating and talking on their Bluetooth. And that is a very comfortable existence here in Great Babylon, America. But what if this happens? For behold, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai, this is Isaiah 3, verse 1. Lord take away from Jerusalem and from Judah and stay to stop the whole state of bread and the whole state of water. So now what if that happens? Which is going to happen. Now it's happening on a gradual process of the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai having Trump turn around and actually cut the welfare, cutting housing assistance, which is going to impact a lot of people. And be on the lookout for what takes place in California when they cut out the housing assistance. Okay? Which mainly a lot of people are on this housing assistance, which I think pays like, they call it Section 8, which I think pays like a particular part of your rent. I don't know how much, what the percentage is. But I know in some of because California, especially San Diego, has like these really huge apartment complexes. I mean, these things are like mini towns. They got everything in it. Huge. Thousands of units, right? And they call them luxury apartments, whatever. But in order for the contractor to get a tax break, they have to make, I believe, 10% of the units available for what they call special housing or Section 8. So here you are, you're paying maybe a couple $1,000s for a nice unit on the top floors or whatever the case is like that. And you can have people that are on Section 8 living in that same particular section of where you live. And you can tell they're on Section 8 because their behavior and their kids, they have a very low vibration. Loud music. See, they're not working their ass off to pay to live in a luxury unit like you are. They get together for like 1/3 the price. So they have extra money to go spend on bullshit, loud music, throw parties and all that shit. So a lot of time, the Section 8 housing and a lot of these special housing is given to people that don't really deserve it. People actually have the capability, or they might be semi-disabled or whatever the case is like that, but they invite undesirables to partake and actually benefit of their special arrangement. Okay? That's going to go away. The Lord is putting the Spirit in this man right now to take that away. No. You're going to pay full price like everybody else. He's putting a very greedy spirit into the merchants of Great Babylon, America. That's why you are seeing cars going for $100,000 that has like 80,000 miles on it. Unbelievable. A used vehicle with 80,000 miles on it going for $100,000. 15 years ago or 10 years ago, a used car with 8,000 miles in it, they can even sell it or barely be able to get like $8,000-9,000 for it. $100,000. All right? So the spirit of these merchants right now is to con you, crook you, rip you off, and rob you. And an apartment complex in which maybe you was paying like $1,900 or $2,000 a month for it, for a nice, really, what they call a luxury apartment. 1,200, 1,300 square foot. It's now going for $5,000 a month. It's now going for $5,000 a month. Now, for you to bring home a paycheck after taxes of $5,000 a month, okay, you would have to make $120,000 a year. $120,000 a year. In the states where you have to pay state tax, state income tax, and federal tax. You'd have to make at least $120,000 a year in order for you to have that. That would be your net pay. So what is left over to go buy groceries and pay car note? Okay, the average car, let's say you're making $500 a month car payment, insurance and everything else. So you will wind up per month with gas and all the stuff. A car will typically run you about $1,200 a month. If you have to make car payment, if you own the car outright, obviously that would be a lot less, right? So I'm using these as because this is where a lot of people are sitting in that particular position, and now you have a crossroads of where the king of Babylon, okay, America, is saying, you know what, we are not going to assist you anymore. We don't care that you're old, you get diabetes, you suffer 3 heart attacks, okay, you don't have any family or relatives, you're sick, you're unable to work, you have no qualifications, whatever. They don't care. They don't care. It also creates a lot of opportunity for a lot of predators out there who are going to, you know, take advantage of certain people, especially women. And especially women with kids. You can have a predator, he might, like, okay, for example, you had the woman that was in the video one of the brothers put up, where she said that she would actually, for room and board, she's willing to, cook and clean and do work, just to get a room and board. And she was good looking. Actually had real hair, nice, but then you don't know what kind of cycle she really is. And why would a woman look like that be putting out a message like that? Shouldn't she have a man? What's wrong with her? She should have a man. What are you looking at, Edomite? Yeah, that's right. Get used to it. I see a chick like that that's putting on a message like that, who looks like that, is good looking like that. I guess it switches right off the back. Like, why is a woman that looks like you don't have a man? You should have a woman like that looks like that should have a man that's willing to take care of her. She shouldn't be able to doing that. So to me, that's a psycho, man. She's a pure psycho. She's a predator. Okay, in reality, I think she's a predator that's looking for some lonely fucking dude that she can get into the house. He takes one look at her. She's pretty, soft-spoken, look desperate. She gets inside his house, and next thing you know, she freaking going taking over. And that's what I think she is. I think she's a demon. Okay? But you have situations like that. Now, if you have women that are really in desperate situation, they have a couple kids. You might have a dude out there that's a predator. That might say, okay, I'll let you inside my house. What he's looking to do, he's not really looking for you. He doesn't want you. He might lay with you. He might lay with that woman. But in reality, he's not. His target really. His desire is not really the woman. His desire is the woman's children. Because his intention It's to molest them damn children or rape them damn children, man. You might go, I got a room for the kids and all that stuff like that. And, I got a little dog and all that stuff, feeding their trust, and next thing you know, he's raping them. So you can have all kinds of crazy things that's going to go down where people are going to be put in a horrible situation because the Lord has put a spirit into the king of Babylon to take away that comfort. It says, the mighty man, the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent, and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning, anticipating, and eloquent orators, that's going to be those who are speaking really well. Like, I've done videos 2 years ago about Nadem with their 503, trying to be non-profit. Esau has a way of coming at your ass, even with non-profit. I said, all you are stocks on this. When you selling merchandise, okay, that might not be. When you selling merchandise, like T-shirt and all that stuff like that, that might not fall under that category. That's not falling under that category. When you get money donated to you, that could fall under that category or whatever, just like that. But one way or the other, you've trusted the damn devil. What it says, who would trust or who would have pity on a charmer that's bitten by a doggone viper? Meaning that who would have pity on a doggone superficial, friggin' pompous ass Jake who don't understand that he's in a state of slavery and bondage and a prisoner of war here in Great Babylon, America, thinks that he can play with the warden and thinks that he can play with the vicious security guards, okay, who has a reputation for beating our ass down, okay? So they're going to learn. They're going to learn. And we're going to laugh. We are going to laugh. It says, now we'll give children to be the princess and babes to rule over them. Kids to rule over them. Okay? That's what you see taking place right now. And now people, y'all believe that you're so clever. You think you have strength. You think you're clever, but you're not. You're weak. You're sheeps. You're like rabbits, man, and y'all don't even realize that y'all little bunny rabbits, man. Okay, let's go into I want to go into second address. I have never done a camp where I have not gone into second address because it's one of those second address is that book that really you have to really think about these things. It's constantly in my mind when I go with second address. I've rarely ever done a video in which I don't go into second address. Because you can see it. Okay, this is second address 16, starting on verse 68. And it reads, for behold, the burning rod of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of your feet being idle, chase off under idol. So we know that's the case right here. People hate the truth. So some of us are going to be taken and put into the situation where you have to renounce the Abba Shinal Shai, or you might have to take the RFID microchip, or they might try to force you to go off the diet, to forsake the dietary laws. We are going to be challenged. Okay, you're going to be hungry. You might smell a nice roasted pig, and you might be tempted to eat it and go, well, the Lord will understand. No, He's not going to understand. That's part of the test, nigga. You fail. Okay? All kinds of stuff, man. It says, and they that consent unto them should be had in derision and reproach and trod underfoot. So what's being made clear here? Even if you take the RFID microchip, you're not guaranteed to eat. Esau might have just see if they can break you, and once they break you, they just throw you on the side. They lose all respect for you. The game is over. Once they break you, once you are broken by Esau, they lose all respect for you. It's like bug breaking. That's the reason why you see that. And we have the sign right here where Esau was doing a lot of bug breaking. All right, if you're going to be a creep crawling behind me in the car, trust me, you ain't going to sneak up on my ass, okay? You're not going to do it. All right, you're not going to do it. I'm not going to go in details, okay, with the kind of training I have. I'm always aware. Tawadi Haba Shemel Shai for giving me that awareness. But once you have been broken, they've lost respect for you. They no longer have any interest in you. There's no need for them to pander to you. That's why when you look at the interrogation, when you see the interrogation scenes in movies, what do? They sit down, they give them drinks. You know, of course, you collect their DNA. You know, they're trying to get that for them. But what they want you to do is they want you to break. And then they'll promise you reduce sentence, blah, blah, blah. If you're really hardcore, you might get immunity. Okay? But they don't have no respect for you. They don't have no respect for you when you break Jake. And that's what Esau's goal is. What Esau's goal is to break you. And that's a goal of the devil. It's to break you. And that's why they say in their heart, there's no God, and they will make you believe that there's no power. Well, where is he? Why is he not resurrected? And that's why our people so easily can believe that, because they go, well, I'm getting judged, I'm getting punished, I did poor, I'm getting oppressed, our people still getting killed. Why the hell? If we're the chosen people of the Lord, why is he not stepping in and stop it? Well, he is going to step in and stop it. He is going to step in and stop it. Though Jacob's trouble, which is going to be on a scale incomprehensible to us, the Lord is going to dispatch Michael the angel to step in on our behalf. Because once you see all the pillaging and Jake them go off, out of order here, when things are stopped, and Jake becomes enemy number one. These young niggas are gonna be out of order so bad, breaking up and destroying things like that. Okay, it's gonna be kill on sight. Kill on sight. You're not gonna be able to drive in your car and a drone doesn't come and shoot you up, or some robot comes and shoot you up. Look at that dog. Okay. So I got like a tinted car in the back of me. All tinted doggone dark window looking. If you have something to say, you park your car and you step the fuck out and you come and you say it, or you come and you ask a question. I'm not concerned about you. Not at all. Not concerned about you. But I am watching you. I can see you. To my side peripherals, that is. But I got two cars right now. Windows all tinted up. Looking at me. And it's like you're a joke. You're a motherfucking joke. You're a fucking joke. There it is right there. There's a white car right there in the back. Pause for a while. Don't have to fucking pause and step the fuck out and come and fucking up on our scratches or whatever cases like that. I want to see from a distance. This is typically how our people are. Okay? Our people at the end of the day are spineless. Yeah, that's right. You drive a little bitch. Not even remotely. If you only fucking knew the demons I fight every day. Because of shit. The kind of shit that y'all thinking about, that's like doggone fucking the best Kool-Aid. I pray to y'all by Shema Shai to make sure that spirit stay off me. You got no fucking idea. No fucking idea. that cocksucker that come over, we got 20, 30 more years. I love that. What is his name? That Nate nigga. Really? Going 20, 30 more years, right? Because that's how long your money can last you on. So something whatever goes like that. It ain't gonna happen. What it says? It should be like, it says, so once you saw them break your ass, they have no respect for you, and you still ain't guaranteed shit. And they have a database right now who they actually broke with that C19 jump juice. Those who bow down, they know. They know, Jack, they know. They have a database of who they broke. It says, for there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. There should be like madmen sparing them, but so spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Terminator robots, troops, whatever the cases are that. The cream will come out here where they can come after all of us. And it's going to be in that stage when you are going to know who really is a brother and who isn't a brother. Your camp might be 40, 30 guys, 20 guys, whatever the case that they show up every week. Y'all go drink afterward, go have a little barbecue afterward, shalom, blah, blah, blah. You give the hugs and all that stuff, and that's when you can know who really is a true brother and who's just a nigga that was just there because he didn't have anything else to do, whatever the case is like that. We're going to be in a system where we're going to be in a time where many will break. That's why it says, many are called to do this work and everything, but few are chosen. You didn't make it to the finish line. You're a part of a camp. You're a part of the ministry. But you actually you weren't really embedded with it. Without someone telling you to get the hell out of the bed, show up the camp, without somebody constantly motivating you to show up the camp or whatever the case is like that, you ain't gonna do shit. You have no integrity, you have no motivation. You ain't gonna do anything. Because deep down you actually really don't believe, or you really don't believe. He said, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them into their houses. Then shall it be known who are my chosen, they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So when they take away your goods and they come and they take away what you worked for, Jake, how many of you Jakes will be willing, how many of you Jakes are going to put up with people kicking your house down and take away your house that you work your ass off for, your car, your house, your possessions, throw you out in the street? You're going to want to fight back, and then you're going to lose your life. You're going to lose your life. In fact, let's close out with that. Okay. Okay. Let's close over that so you can see how this will pan out. This is a Mashiach. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. So there are brothers in this ministry that has tangible things. And at some point in time, you might be faced with losing all of that to continue on this gospel, to continue to do this work. Or you can keep it and don't do this. And that's gonna be a test. That's gonna be that one thing. That's why we're told not to be attached to anything. You came into this world with nothing, you can go out of this world without it. You came into this world naked. Okay. That's gonna be a test. And we talk about the Jakes in this world, they sure as hell. They might say, okay, I'm a Hebrew Israelite and that's the end thing right now, but when they face with that test, no way in hell are you gonna have a Jake that's gonna lose their privileged lifestyle or their self-imagined privileged lifestyle to follow this gospel and this truth. So it's very easy for them right now to just go into scorning mode, disbelief mode, call us a cult, because it's easy for them to justify when they turn around, bow down to Esau at the first sign of trouble coming towards Yasharallah. Okay, or coming towards Israel, the children of Israel. They don't have to think about it. But elect, with that faith, we need to be, what does they have to think about Esau? It's yours, dog. At the end of the day, everything here in Great Babylon, America is going to be destroyed. And if you know that, and you believe that, then there's nothing to hang on to here. There's nothing to hang on to. Okay? So Lord willing, the elect was edified. Learn to turn to the east. Give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash, Shalom.